It has been a curse because I tried to record this once and there was no sound because of a setting during the weekend. So not only Hate had this problem, I had this problem too. Let's talk a bit about this cards event. I moved my camera to the bottom so that I can show you the icon that you need to click on, this one. And then we got Roland, who instead of going to a hairdresser, just very much like a gambler, you know, playing cards, okay, and he's gonna instruct us on what to do. So we select a deck out of 4 as if it mattered which one we select, you know, because it's random, we cannot really do much, although you can pick up patterns. It's possible that you know some patterns that I don't. If yes, write it in the chat. Then you select a card. The name of the game is simple. UR beats SSR and SR, and SSR beats SR. And if there is a tie, in that case, it's a tie. And at the end of the card game, you win if you have a card that you can still play, but the opponent cannot play any cards anymore. And those cards that you played are not selectable anymore. This is the idea. And now SSR beats SR. That's the thing. And we'll select another SSR to beat another SR, maybe. Yeah, exactly. This tutorial is so slow. And then, if there is a tie, then both are lost. And if you win the opponent's card, you can play the opponent's card next time. Looks easy. It doesn't take a lifetime to master though. And then at the end you get some cards that you can place in your album. So, how can you get passes? You go to the mission. So 12 battles in the campaign. So reset. Quick sweep. We got the 12 battles. I have to use this account, by the way, because all my accounts basically are already used up for this. Therefore I'm using this one. Maybe I could have used the inactive U266 account. Anyway, we got the 4 items. Now this will take a while. Oh, yeah, because I played a trick. Come on, why can't I select the items? Yeah, fine. I want to put some units up. Okay, it seems like I just have to play, I don't have to win. But it was quite worrying that I couldn't change the formation with the mouse for like 20 seconds. What is going on? Crazy. Let's try again. So I want to pull this up. Not this one, another one, but anyway, this one is fine too. Now it seems to be working, okay. I usually use this one. Finally. Oh, and 2 units, so essentially we need this one too. And a hero, some better hero. Oh, and the domain, I forgot the domain. Will I have time? No, I didn't have time, okay. It's not the point, it's not Duel of Champions that we have to play. If you're wondering why my name is Nico Rosberg, it's because I did the Nico Rosberg. Google what that means. This is a huge foreshadowing to the VIP4 account, so let's put it this way, I reached all the goals that I wanted. What did I want? Domain, yeah. But I'm glad this account exists, because at least I can experiment with the card game and I can show you how to play this. Unfortunately, we have to do this 6 times. The Duel of Champions, so It's also possible to fast forward. This is the worst thing in the game. Look at this. As if it was random. As if it was a real poll. Could just get the assignment of the opponent straight away without this waiting. Here as well, it's fake waiting. What's the point? It just kills time. So after finishing this, I will complete all the missions. So you see, in order to complete this, you have to be a paid player. So it's free to play is not possible. At least VIP 3 for all 6 options. If you don't have this, in that case you only have 16 tries per day. If you have this, you have 20 tries per day. And I'm obviously demonstrating the 20 tries a day. So you see, once you complete the 6 battles, which is quite long in itself, then we will get to the other part of the game. Okay, last one. So after finishing this amazing long wait, we will get 4 entry tickets, and then we'll already have 8, and then 12, 16 and 20. By the way, my account is arguably either the strongest or the second strongest on this server, even though I haven't played for days. How did I get to this? Well, it wasn't easy. Oh, I should have selected the other artifact. Doesn't matter at this stage. 2 battle scars. Yeah, I have exactly 2. And the final thing, 20 regular stages. That's easy. You go to any stage 10 times, 20 times. That's all. So now I got 20 entry tickets. And now we can play this amazing card event. You can select any of them, it really doesn't matter which one. This is a bad deck, but the opponent has it worse. In this specific case, it doesn't matter what you do. If any of the units deck is the same, you can start with the SSR or you can finish with the SSR. You will win either way. Actually, what matters is which of the cards you win, because you win cards for the album. So you might want to think about that. In this specific case, we have a clear advantage with respect to the opponent's deck. So first, I'll reduce noise, because if an SSR comes against an SSR, that's one thing, then it's a draw. The UR has to beat SSR. And I have a randomization principle that I have observed. Whether this is true or not true, that's another question. More often than the fair share of the opponent, they play the rightmost card, according to my sample size. It can be true, it can be false. If it's true, in that case I get an edge over the opponent based on this observation. If it's false, then I have a principle to randomize my decisions. Because you can select this card or this card so this card is a draw, it's fine. This card is a draw only against the SSR, and this card beats everything, but you want to get the SSR, not the SR. So randomizing both could work, and I lost the randomization. But it doesn't matter, because now we can get the cards, both of them. And I've won. Either way. You get 15 coins for a win, 13 for a tie, and 11 for a loss. And this one is most likely gonna be a loss because you cannot overcome the difficulty of the opponent having more SSRs and you cannot get SSRs. So it essentially doesn't matter what you do. I was just trying to get the vampire. For the album. This is another interesting thing because the opponent has the same skill. I start strongly. There you go, now it's the rightmost. And it's important because if you win the opponent's SSR unit, then you have 2 cards to attack with. I will do an attack straight away. But I lost the SSR card. Too bad. And now it's a tie. You cannot do much. The way to gain an edge over your situation, so it's not always the strongest deck that wins, is if you have an SSR and an SR unit as well, and the opponent has a UR unit, then you want the UR unit of the opponent to take your SR unit, because this effectively downgrades their card to SSR. And you only need to do 40 matches like this. Afterwards you can sweep. Done. For some reason we won again. 65. No, actually we didn't. That's the next one. Here we have more higher cards, so I start strongly. And then I grind down the opponent with the remaining SSR cards. That's the idea. We have an advantage, so here no matter what we do, we'll win. I can either grind down the opponent with the higher cards, then the game will stop faster. Yeah. Or I can let the opponent take the SR cards that I have and win it back, or win them back. This is a typical scenario where your only chance is if the opponent's UR meets your SR for a tie. I'll randomize my movement, so given that on the right there are SRs, that's my randomization. I just did it accordingly, and now we have 3 cards to feed the opponent's UR with an SR, effectively downgrading his card to an SSR. It's inevitable that it happens. There you go, it's inevitable. And now we have an SSR to win the SR card. And unfortunately we cannot play the SR card anymore because we've played it already, so that's... I didn't think about it. These are easy. Because you have no choice, you just use the SSRs. Next. Here, effectively, this downgraded my UR to an SSR, so we're at a tie. And yeah, this is unfortunate because we should have won the opponent's SSR with the UR to have a chance. And now it's a 13-point bank. Oh, actually it was a 15-point. This one, it's a forced UR win. And now we have an advantage. And we'll just tie the rest to win. And I have 5 more. Here we have an advantage as well. I'll make things a bit easier to manage with the SR unit. And we effectively downgraded his UR to an SSR with this move. And from now on, no matter what we do, we want to win the opponent's SSR, which we have done. And from now on, it's we're just winning his SR cards. And it's over. Sandro again. This is easy to play because no matter what you do, our fate is determined already. Okay, it's over. 3 more. Looks easy. We try to win the SSR of the opponent, which happened. And now we're gonna win all the SRs of the opponent to increase the number of items or number of cards in the album. We got a Paladin. Amazing. This is a really strong card. We're trying to win the opponent's SSR as always, but a tie is not bad either. And now, you know, I was randomizing, but I failed with the randomization, and now it doesn't matter which ones we play, as long as you play one of the stronger cards. And that's the last one. That's a strong formation. We're trying to win the SSR of the opponent, but we didn't. So this means that now we're a bit worse off. And this time, a good strategy is to feed the 2 SRs to the UR. And the SSR as well. So I'm feeding these cards. And then we got 2 SSRs left, which means that we won anyway. That was 20. You can get a 21st attempt by going to the store and spending 1 diamond. That's just 1 attempt. We'll soon talk about valuations. So this is gonna be really easy to play, as long as you only click on the SSRs. Now it's possible to misclick, but I hope it won't happen. So it's done. Let's calculate a bit. So my calculations are gonna evolve around the fact that I got 241 coins and 21 attempts. 241 divided by 21. What is... Something is wrong in here. So did I forget something? Regular stages. Yeah, I just had 17 attempts so far. 17, not 21. This is my average, 14.1. I haven't had an account where I didn't average at least 14 points. If you play a bit worse, then maybe your average is 13 points. 13 points is like clicking randomly. So we have 4 more to play. It's gonna be a draw either way, no matter what you do. Because the opponent doesn't have that many SSR units. So it's an evident draw. This decreased our average. Now let's say this card. I'll first try to win the SSR, so 3 out of 4 times is gonna be fine. Even a draw is fine for us. And now I will try this exactly. But it's gonna be a draw either way, because now I win an SR unit and the rest is a draw. You see, it's easy, isn't it? Our average is going down though. This is obvious. So if the opponent has such a bad deck, then we might as well just win it. And 1 more. Interesting. It's a forced draw basically. It doesn't matter what I do. So our average went down a bit. We'll see if I still average 14 at least. And yeah, it's a draw. 13. So 295 divided by 21. 295 divided by 21. This is one of the worst that I've run so far. Still 14 points. So you get 14 units per attempt for the first 40. And then after 40 attempts, you can sweep for 15 points each. So that's the idea. And by the way, you have the album where you get 30 points for each unlock. I haven't done these activations yet. I don't know what happens with the album if you sweep. Whether you get any extra cards. We will test it soon. So now I got 865 points on day 1. And we're missing. You will never activate the URs unless you get a King's card. Which I'll soon explain what it is. Here, 30 points, 60 points. That we're missing. 90, 120, 150, 180. 210, 240, 270. 300, 330. And 450 with 120 plus. 480, 510, 540 points. We're missing 540 points of unlocks. So right now I have 865 plus 540 for the unlocks. That's what we're gonna get all together. 1405 points. If you don't have the 4 attempts that a VIP 3 has, then deduct 56 points in average if you have 14 in average. Plus 21 times 14 if you... No, actually it's not true. How many do we have? 19 times 14 plus 2 times 5, which is 10. You know this is day 2. And from then onwards you get 21 times 15 for the remaining 3 days. This yields 2626 currency in exchange for 5 diamonds throughout the week that you purchase the 1 diamond thing. So this is the amount of currency that you get for free as a VIP 3+. And if you're below VIP 3, in that case you get minus 28 minus, so minus 28 times 2 to be exact. Or is it? Let's see, 14, 28, 56. 56 for day 1, 56 for day 2, and for day 3, 4 and 5 it's 60. Because then the sweeps are gonna equate to 15 in average. So if you're a VIP 3 below, so 2, 1 or 0, then this is what you get for free, 2274 currency. In order to assign values to the items themselves, I've made some notes because I recorded this previously. So the thing is that you get 2626 in average. I calculated with both 13 and 14. So 14 per item, but I'm gonna calculate with 15 because of the sweep mechanism. So I'm glad I re-recorded this, because from now onwards whatever you purchase, attempts are gonna be worth 15 points each. So we go to the card store. This is better, the entry pass. It costs 1000 diamonds for 20 options. So it's gonna be universally 15 times 20 from now on. Although the first one is gonna be worth 13 times 20 or 14 times 20, but we factored this in already in the 2626 points, that we have 2 attempts. For the first 40 price are gonna be worth a bit less. So 15 times 20 is the value, which is 300. So 300 points in exchange for 1000 diamonds. And now I'm gonna correct this. So I will use this formula whenever I evaluate something. So if we purchase anything, and it's fine to purchase something here, then in the exchange, if you check Eternity Adamants, 10 Eternity Adamants are worth 100 currency. So 100 divided by 300 multiplied by 1000. This is the price for 10 adamants, and for one it's just 33 diamonds plus some fraction. This is the best deal by far. It's a scarce resource at a huge discount. Void Mithril is another really good deal if you need it. Most people do up to a certain point to level up weapons. So 250. The whole package costs 833 diamonds, and if you check it out, it's about 17 diamonds a piece. You know, you can get this like by dividing this by 50, and then you'll see that one Void Mithril costs 16.7. So this is another amazing deal. Star Souls is the same thing, same price, in exchange for 17 diamonds a piece. Not bad, but it's a lot less scarce than the other items. You can make a case for hunt permits and divination vouchers, although these are not scarce either. Let's see the 180 option. So 180, 60 per piece for divination voucher, and with 200 it's 66.7 a piece for treasure hunt permit. Obvious discount, and it's a useful thing. I didn't check these because I don't need any of these that badly that I would waste event currency on this. I checked casting crystal, it's horrible. Just as an example, I'll show you. Because for 80, look at this, 266. You can get a casting crystal for 200 if you need it at all. I don't think you'll ever need it because you have the Sunday event. For Heaven Cast Stones, that's another thing, 200. So 1000 piece costs 666 diamonds. It's a discount with respect to how you can get it in the campaign. But once again, I would only waste event currency if I didn't have anything better to purchase. So long story short, about all these like bottom items, unless I badly need, for example, tactics manuals or something else and I cannot get it elsewhere, primarily I will have to get all Eternity Adamants. Out of questions, obvious. Secondarily, Void Mithril is not a bad deal, but there, based on scarcity, you may think about doing something else. Orange Battle Scar is a horrible deal. So if you check it out, 400. This is the amount in diamonds. You can get it in the regular event shop, or no, in the regular shop for 600 something. Just so that you know. Whether it's rare, how much more it costs, I don't know. Based on scarcity, you could make a case for getting this at an overpriced rate, but I really don't know. And now things come interesting. All the artifacts are overpriced, including the Envoy. Because for Envoy, you get 2200 event currency. Okay, well, it's not overpriced. Slight discount. 7333. You can get it for 7777 in the auction house. It's not rare enough. It's in the event shop or artifact shop. It's also in the auction. And for the other artifact, just 2000. This is the price. Whether it's worth it for you, I mean, let's see what we can get. Dragon King, these things. Yeah. Well, if you badly need it, fine, but these are not scarce enough. Let's put it this way. You can get it from the artifact shop, even if it's more expensive, you have better things to spend stuff on. And with that, I have covered most of the things. You can check the price of these tarot, faction selection, type selection, whatever else. It's fine. I'm not sure if it's worth it. So for it's the question is if you need any of these because you're missing a piece, then it's worth it. It's based on scarcity, not based on value. You won't get it a lot cheaper than this anyway, and it's overpriced by default. So overpriced with respect to how much you gain. Sooner or later you have to get it. It's just the priority is right now Divine Heralds Commanders, or rather Divine Heralds, and Legendary Hero. You don't get Legendary Hero. If you got Legendary Hero here, I would buy it any day. Now let's see the Commanders. So Commanders 400 a piece. So 400, you see that it's 133 instead of 152. 152 is the maximum Covenant pool price. It's a 12.5% discount. I would get it any day. Champion, it costs 450. Minimal discount. Minimal. But you can select any champions you want. Divine Herald, 650. So first of all, you can see that it's gonna be worse because 450 times 1.5 is 675. Actually, it's better. It's slightly better. 650. Let's see 650. It costs this amount of diamonds for 10 pieces and 216.6666 whatever. And the price is actually quite good, 144. You get a slight discount with respect to the 152 option. And here is the difficult thing. For some of you, those of you who are playing Castle and Tower, this is the new unit that is gonna be activated relatively soon. And if you decide on getting the rewards instead here in exchange for a very slight discount, you might miss out on the Covenant pool because you don't get 56,000 diamonds or so. 55,800 or 56,700 to be exact, depending on whether you pull 206 or 210, because you get 4 free events by the way. So the only reason to not buy Divine Heralds is if you badly want that specific unit and the extra accompanying event. But otherwise you leave money on the table. For me specifically, I had to retire this account with not finishing the Venom spawn. I just need 50 tokens. Obviously I'm gonna fill this up to 6 stars. Obviously. So once again, you see the scarcity on one axis, discount on another axis, and you may be willing to pay a premium for things that you need more. Commander tokens have 6 star in the Venom spawn, obvious this week. Divine Hero token, discount obvious. Eternity Adamant, huge discount, no matter what I'm buying this. And then you see how much you need. And the rest are just fillers. Fillers, and if you have enough, you decide on whether you go for scarcity or go for discount. Champion tokens, I don't know at this stage. So that's it. And by the way, if you make a purchase here, let's see, purchase just one this time, we go all the way to 20, right? So it's another interesting game. So I start with URs just in case I can win the SSR of the opponent. Perfect, I can. So we'll go up to 40 matches in total. I'm just clicking around. Now we're guaranteed to win the opponent's SSR. This is why I was doing this. We're just risking once, based on the heuristics that I'm applying. That I look at the rightmost and decide based on that. It's always difficult because if the opponent plays UR, then this is an exploitable strategy, obviously. And now I'm playing UR. There you go. We need to feed the SR units to get a draw. I'll try it now. Yeah, you see it's somewhat random, but basically the opponent got his 25% chance of not getting a draw. We'll lose no matter what. Or unless we have a 50% chance of winning the SSR of the opponent, and if we don't, then we lose. So you see, we're just playing chances. I'm just clicking around now and kind of know how to play this. So here, the objective is to win an SSR. And once we win this, we've won the whole thing. 50% chance. Here, same thing. And now we won all 4 of the cards of the opponent. Quite straightforward. This is a very good deck. So the only way for the opponent to win, actually you cannot even get a draw, no matter what we do. So we still have 12. Yeah. We're gonna win no matter what. It's just I want the opponent's UR to be... No, actually we won't win. The only way for us to win is if our opponent's UR meets our SR card. That's what I hoped for. And now we have basically only the first item, or the first fight. If the opponent doesn't give us the UR with which he wins our SSR, which has 50% chance, no, actually 75% chance, or the heuristics if you want it, then from now on we won an SR card and we can feed all the SR cards to the opponent until we get the UR. And from now on we can safely play the SSR to secure the victory. That's how you play it. I don't have to comment this one, I guess. No matter what I do, it's gonna be the same. Until we get an SR card, because then we can decide on playing the SR card. Actually, we lost. So I don't know if it's buggy or I don't understand the rules fully, but sometimes loss is administrated in a place where I didn't want a loss. Okay, I'll use an SR now. Now it's a bit easier to play, we're gonna win. And I'll have to use a UR. Unfortunately it got neutralized. That's what we wanted, the SSR. Now we're feeding the opponent an SR. And that's it. Let's go next. I can feed the opponent an SR, that's an edge. If the opponent plays a UR, which he didn't, then the edge got manifested. Okay, now I'm gonna play an SSR. And it was badly played, you know, we got exploited. I'm not saying it was badly played. I'm just implying that if it's a luck-based thing, we didn't get lucky. But we still won the whole thing. Okay. So first we play the stronger, or actually I can play the weak card. It doesn't hurt. And now I can play the weak card. We want the URs to meet an SR. That's the objective. Now we play the strong hands as long as we can and win based on deck advantage. It's kind of a simple, boring game, by the way. We have 3/4 of a chance to win an SSR, which we did. And from now on, the name of the game is stronger cards. Let's see the album. We got activated some things. Yeah. We need 3 more. One of the worst decks, but we can still get a draw unless the opponent plays the UR last. In which case it's well played. Yeah, then we lose. 25% chance. So quoting Toto Wolff, we can win this as long as we score with both SSRs. Actually no, if we score with one SSR in the first match, we can feed all the SRs and the opponent cannot escape from this. And now we'll win the final card to win the whole thing. So even though our card is weaker, we have an advantage of having more middle-ish cards. This is the same thing. So here our objective is so that we win the opponent's SSR. My heuristics are gonna be that the SSR is on the rightmost position. That randomizes things. And we won either way. As long as you select the correct card here. I think it's the last one. Yeah, it's gonna be an automatic draw. In that case I play strong first. Anyway, the reason why we played this many, actually 41, not just 40, is that we're gonna get this King's card. What this King's card does is you go to the album and you can select any of the cards. Obviously only spend it on URs. Done. And now there is the sweep option. I'm gonna show you the sweep option. So card store, do I have diamonds for this? Yeah, actually I have 2000 left after the retirement of the account. So I will play these. I don't have more, unfortunately. So getting back to the card, sweep 5 times. Let's see what happens. After 40 tries, it seems like we can even win URs. This is crazy. So the sweep function got activated. I didn't even calculate with the UR, so this means that instead of the 2626 that we win, with the sweep, it's like 30, 60, 120, 180, 240. We got 240 event currency more. So the end result is you get 2866 for free, which is essentially 60 commander tokens, or almost 60 commander tokens. So 2800 is like 70 commander tokens, but you can also get almost 60 commander tokens, just 30 something was missing, plus 5 packets of Eternity Adamants. which is 50. So this means that we can sweep. And we're getting the cards as well. And you always get 75. And let's see the deck. Let's see what happens once we confirm this. You get 100 more. So it's even more event currency. 2866 plus 500. It's getting even better. So you get 3366 in total with the confirmation. For free. Free like 5 diamonds purchase. Confirm this. Confirm. And this. And confirm. We got the 500 rewards. And from now on all we need to do is sweep. Don't battle because you might lose. And now it's possible to spend stuff. I'm interested in these 50 commander tokens. So you see it only costs 2000. Plus the eternity other ones. And yeah, you will never see this in the series because the series has ended. Well, I know that chronologically just started, but I'm way ahead of this. So you won't see that actually. Oh, I need to make the purchase. Where is it here? 50 done. The reason why this is interesting is I'll show you. So this is the strongest player. Yeah, he tried to throw a curveball at me when he figured out that I was stronger. He just didn't realize that it's quite easy to exploit this one too. But I expect that I'm not sure if I'm winning anymore because basically a week has passed without me doing anything. Am I still winning? That's interesting. Okay, now let's see why I said that commanders matter. Venom spawn. Rank up. Now, one of the main powers is this thing that I can level this up. It will take a while, and unfortunately, I don't have the runestones to do much. Unfortunately, because you know I quit my account. So basically, before this I was basically leveling up the Red Lord. But you see why prioritization of what you're gonna get helps so much. So if you prioritize getting these up to 6 stars, let's see what this manifests. Doesn't hurt. I have no idea which one to use. So preferably all of them, but I don't have the possibility to do so. You can convert these, by the way, upwards to purple in the inventory so that you wait a bit less. Okay, that was it. So now I've maxed out some of the skills. I know it's not optimal. Talent is fine. This, I mean, I don't have time for this either. And friends, let's do a fight. But now we have 2 domains. So activate this, the second domain. You can get up to 5, so second is still great. And after about a week of doing nothing, actually it's not a week, just 5 days because I retired last Thursday. This is where we stand. Okay, it seems like that this commander upgrade wasn't that big of a deal. I thought it was. but you see it always has to have a 6-star unit instead of a 5-star. So this is why you prioritize. You prioritize accordingly. And then adamants would be the next purchase. Oh, can I lose this actually? No. Okay. So, you know, just for foreshadowing, I asked my guildmates to remove me from top 10 last week. Yeah, I'm out of top 10. But I think I could get back to first place even after a week of idle or 5 days of idle. Anyway, long story short, this is the card game. I hope you know how to play it now. I hope you also know that it pays off to do all the $1,000 purchases or 1,000 diamond purchases, all of them, unless you have a very good reason not to. And regarding this one, it's a worse deal because well, for commanders it could still be good, but by the time you purchase this you will have run out of commanders. So get the best discounts always, and don't rationalize making this purchase because the commander has a better deal. For the commander specifically, it would be like 400 divided by you get 150 tries in exchange for 600 diamonds. This is actually a bad deal even for commanders. This is already a bad deal. 152 is the borderline deal. The only thing where this makes sense is Eternity Adamants or maybe some lower level thing. But you know, if you can purchase this in exchange for the better passes, then you just made a bad selection and rationalized it by, oh, actually I can also purchase this for the other discounts. No, always think in terms of aggregates. So this is very hard to make it a good purchase. It's fine to pay premium in exchange for being stronger. One last thing. Some people will start a new account on Thursday because new servers are coming. If you can get 16,000 diamonds, and I have some idea of how to get it, in 2 days, so Thursday, Friday, then you can get 3 commanders, 3 champions, at least 1 from each. I'm not sure if this is true though, because you have 80 pools. You have how many? You have 200, 300, 300, and you won't get 21 pools. Maybe you'll get like 13 because you don't have all the treasure hunt definitely not activated. So about 350 or so. 350 tries. It's like 310 times 15 plus 40 times 14 approximately. This is the amount that you can get as a purchase, just for a purchase. Plus you get all the activations, which is like 50 card activations times 30. Maybe here it's only 46, I don't know, because that was the roll on demo. Plus 500. So you got 700 in total. 7090 minus 400 times 8, that's a commander. That's the amount. And unfortunately, or how much is 450 times 80? Or 8. It's this amount. And 850 times 8, this is to get both a commander and a champion on day 2. It's possible. I'm not saying Divine Herald, because the problem with Divine Herald is that I think you can only get 4 tokens, so you won't get a full unit, just half of it. So on day 1, or actually day 2, the upcoming servers are up for a surprise, a nasty surprise. Okay, I hope you like the analysis. This has sound as well. Good luck with the event.